I am Athos for the Three Musketeers. The Three Musketeers, as you know, are four hackers, open source hackers at night. We're building a mobile suite. We're working with Graves. I am also part of the Riviera GUG, Groovy and Graves user group. Riviera because I live in French Riviera in Sofia Antipolis. I'm also an active member of JS Sofia. I'm currently working for the project Aerogear for Red Hat. I'm also a member of the Duchesse France. What to say more? I've got two lovely kids and a lovely geek husband, Fabrice.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, I have 15 years of experience. During the day, I'm working as a web architect for Amadeus, building 120 websites for airlines. And on evening, I'm a co-founder of the Riviera GUG, Groovy user group, part of the Three Musketeers, and also JS Sofia member. That's strange, the same than you, huh?
Yes, Porthos. But what would be the Three Musketeers without Aramis and D'Artagnan? Of course, all for one, one for all. So let me introduce you to Aramis, who is Sébastien Blanc, who is one of my co-workers working on Aerogear for Red Hat, and Mathieu Bruyenne, the youngest arrival on the team. He's D'Artagnan, and he's working with Fabrice at Amadeus, doing Groovy and server-side stuff, but at night he enjoys coding JavaScript, actually. But Fabrice, we're talking about hybrid mobile app. I want to do a quick quiz. Which one is a hybrid mobile app?
So hybrid. I think on the left one, I recognize the icon. It looks like iOS, something like that.
Yes.
The second one, you see also the icon. It's more like Android. In the middle, it's easy. There is a URL on top. It's just a normal web app. And by the way, it doesn't look nice on mobile here. It's not responsive. So I guess the hybrid is on the last one.
Yes, good quiz. Very true. The last one was the hybrid mobile app. So let's focus. What are the ingredients that make a mobile app, a web app, a mobile web app? Fabrice. First of all, Fabrice, I have to say that size does matter. You cannot display the same amount of information in a device which is that size to a device that size. You have to display information in a different way, which brings us to the topic of responsive web. Fabrice? Oops.
So for responsive web design, you can use HTML5 and CSS3. So mobile app are supporting HTML5 and CSS3. So here is an example of what you always should do is set your viewport and device size to fit the screen correctly. Then you can use some media queries to fit differently depending on the size of your screen and display things differently. Here is just an example also about the iPhone and the Retina display, where you need to provide different type of images, so high DPI. And also don't forget that everything needs to be flexible, like flexible images. You always use percentage or EM. You never set the pixel directly. So basically, you can do it all yourself if you want to. Or you can use one of these framework, for example. So there is framework like jQuery Mobile, JQMobi, which allow you to have full mobile look and feel. They are in JS plus CSS3. You can use a great also framework called Sencha. It's purely in JavaScript, this one. You can also use Twitter Bootstrap. It's more like a responsive web design. It's not fully great for mobile. But still, you can do some great mobile app with Twitter Bootstrap. One thing also that we have in, because the framework we did choose was jQuery Mobile, is progressive enhancement. The idea around it is that the framework should be able to adapt and act differently depending on the device itself. So basically, with jQuery Mobile, some features which are not available on some mobile phone, it will still work with jQuery Mobile. That's one advantage. So it will degrade, but still it will work on your mobile.
Interaction, another challenge, another things that you have to deal with mobile app. With mobile app, you're not just only clicking and double-clicking to interact with your application. You've got, first of all, a lot of more gesture available. You can flip, you can swipe, a lot of things like that. So it widens the horizon. But you can also, it's not just you interacting with your mobile app, it's your mobile app interacting with you. It's like an inversion of control kind of thing. So, for example, you could subscribe to a notification and get push notifications. Your phone can say, oh, look, there's new Twitter message, or there's this new things available. But it's not just that your smartphone is smart enough also to interact with your geolocation. So you could say, okay, here I am, and here is available a restaurant around here. So things are changing. You are the center of the world, you know, in mobile app. I was talking about geolocation, application like Foursquare, which were made popular with geolocation and social networking. Those kind of things are really, you know, you're the center of the world. You want to get the notification. Some more. Fabrice, surviving offline.
So you need to be able to survive offline. One thing is you are with your phone, you go under a tunnel, you go somewhere where there is no connection, your mobile web app, your mobile app in general need to work. That's really important. And even if it's interacting with your server, your user shouldn't be aware that there is connection, disconnection issue. So you should design your mobile app to be able to survive offline. So before Web 2.0, people were putting GSPs, putting their all their application flow on GSPs, so basically on the server side, a bit of JavaScript on the client part. When we moved to Web 2.0, modern web application, some of this application flow did move to the browser, and we had the nice MVC framework like we have today around with Angular. But if you have to go even more with your mobile web application, all your application flow, most of your application flow should be on your mobile. Everything will be on your mobile. And so if you are developing a mobile web app, it's mostly JavaScript. To do that also, it means that if you lose the connection and someone wants to submit a form, one of the solutions will be to store inside your local storage the submit of the form. When the connection goes online again, you will synchronize your data. So you will be able to send the data to the server, do the merge if there is any merge to do or rejection of the submit form, and then you get also the data from the server if there was some data modified on the server side. You also get instant notification in mobile apps. It's not like you will go and refresh a page. that does not exist in a mobile app. You are the center of the world. You need to be notified with many things. So like the Twitter things on your mobile will say, you have a new tweet now. You will look for it. In Facebook, that's the same. You get the notification as soon as possible. That's really important. So there is different techniques. There is like push server, which are sending through the Google cloud messaging.
Apple network.
The Apple network. You can also do it yourself with server-sent event or WebSocket to push notification to your application.
And it's true that with Firefox OS, web application is always way.
No,
Native. What about that?
because it
So one of the things is
is basically clone
access everything through HTML5.
in a directory which I call demo. I CD to that directory.
Correctly the camera, to accelerometer, to any feature which is on your device need to be accessed from your mobile app. How will you do that?
And what about if you want to go to the store?
Yeah, and if you want to publish, you need like to be able to publish like native package also.
Mind the gap.
So there is this, since last year, we have like PhoneGap who went open source and it's now called Apache Cordova. So you can use it to make the bridge between your JavaScript and native resources which are not available. So there is a lot of plugins available. You can even develop your own if something is missing for your specific device when something is missing.
Yeah, I love this diagram. I think it's really gives the idea of what Cordova is doing. You've got the little robot here. It's actually from Get Build, which is a cloud service on Cordova. So it just takes your HTML, your CSS, and your JS and just package it within the native shell, and then it's available to all the store.
So, what about the Three Musketeers?
What are we doing?
So first things, we are working with Grails ourselves. So Grails, I don't know if you know it or use it often, but basically if you were looking for the ultimate web framework, the search is over, Grails. So Grails use everything around Spring technology. It's backed up by Spring Source, or Pivotal now. And basically it's also influencing the roadmap of Spring. So Spring Data was highly influenced by Grails developers. And what makes it really powerful is that you can use many Java libraries in it, well established in general, but it's also using the wonderful emerging language on the JVM, Groovy.
One thing that made the success of Grails is actually is very active community. You can be sure that as soon as there is one new framework emerging, there will be a Grails plugin for it. There is more than 1,000 plugins available. We are writing Grails plugin. It's very easy to write your own plugin, to use plugin. It's very easy also to contribute. I mean, you have to write your plugin, write the right documentation and all that stuff, but you're very easily approved. So a very dynamic community. And that's, when you're choosing a framework, that's something. One thing that is really cool about Grails is it's convention over configuration. So if you follow the convention, your code, you will have a very lean code. Everything will just flow. Very easy. You start with your domain class. It's a domain-driven, actually, framework platform. So everything starts in Grails with a class. So you start doing your domain class, you focus on your business domain, you add your attribute and all that stuff. And then you use a magic scaffolding step that will scaffold your map. And as the name says, it's scaffold.
Many people joke about
Turn to go in the code and make your own craft. But very practical, very easy,
And then you get, in like 5 minutes, you get a full application working
Yeah.
with the database behind. Everything is there.
That's the thing amazing when you start with Grace. Actually, you find it that magic because you've done a bit of code and hop, you set up the right plugin and that's it. You're up and running with what you want. So what are the plugins available for Grace for mobile? There are several of them. You'll notice that most of them are actually written by the Three Musketeers, and the one with Sébastien Blanc name, Sébastien is Aramis. So he started before. He was he introduced us to Grace, but so mainly the mobile plugins are written by us or maintained by us. And we're going to show more in detail the latest one, the HTML mobile scaffolding plugin. Here is a short drawing of what we're providing. So so here you can see the Graves server side. All the yellow box are the things that we're providing. We implemented an MVC or on MVC on client side because Graves by default scaffold GSP stuff. And as we saw earlier, we need a fat client to do mobile application. So we've got MVC, and then we've got JavaScript services. We've got the store, which is in the abstraction to local storage or IndexedDB. We've got a feed that can be online or offline, and then we've got the sync manager that is dealing with synchronizing data, as we saw, and the push also, the push service that is based with the event push in Graves.
Okay. With the Atmosphere framework.
With the Atmosphere framework underneath. Another thing we lately added is the Cordova plugin, which help support WebSocket and event source for Android. And camera point feed also is something we've implemented and supported. What can I say more?
Sorry, I have a phone call, sorry. So, Mr. Rich? Yeah. Okay, yeah, 10 minutes. Okay, I have a call.
Yeah, but Fabrice, we're in the middle of WebConf. Maybe we have some other slide to show.
No, but it's Mr. Rich. He wants us to build a nice mobile application.
If it's Mr. Rich, how much?
$10,000?
$10,000. Okay, we'll do it. Okay, let's take a seat.
Okay.
What do you want?
Yeah, business is business. Huh? Yeah. So he wants a cool application, you know. He wants something that mix something like social with some like friends and geolocation and...
I've got a name.
Yeah, you have a name?
Yeah. 3 circles.
I was thinking about 5 rectangles.
I prefer 3 circles.
Okay, 3 circles then. So do you have a project, maybe?
Yes, it's all magic, you know.
So what is it inside this project?
It's actually empty, to be honest. It's empty, but you see here we've got the dependency to the HTML5 scaffolding plugin we were talking about, the Three Musketeers plugin.
So and that's the only thing in this project?
That's an empty project that we set up. Okay, let's... so you want some networking stuff?
Yeah, networking. So, yeah, a friend will be nice. Friend. Okay. So let's create a class.
I create a friend class. Oh, sorry. How should I show? Sorry. So I do the habitual, that's Grace's classic way of doing your initial class. You do a command line which is create domain class, and I'm going to call it a friend. Okay.
So here it will create the full mapping for the database using Spring Data, in fact, behind it.
Okay. Here you can see the domain class just appear here. And okay, so a friend. A friend got a first name, okay, and I will put a last name and some kind of registration date. Okay.
So by default,
by default, all the fields will be mandatory actually.
And when you...
Sorry. And then I'm going to generate.
So here we will generate with our plugin, we will generate the full application basically around friend. So that will create a mobile web app that will use jQuery mobile, and it will do so create, read, update, delete operation.
I'll just show you quickly what has been generated here. So as I say, it's mainly on the client side. So on the web app, we've got this new folder here. Here we've got all the mobile, plugin we've been developing, and we were talking about the feed, the push, and all that stuff. And here we've got the specific stuff about the view, and of course, the HTML that's being generated here. I just now run the application with the run app command, plugin, and we're going to see all the CRUD.
And when you are in development with Grails, basically it will use the H2 database behind. So like that you can test your application, but just by changing one configuration, you can go through MySQL or Postgres easily.
So see here, we've got the first page. The first page just lists all the domain page, but obviously that's something you will change in a normal application. You don't want to land in this one. But then here I'm on the front page, and then I want to, you see, it's jQuery mobile under the way, so it's resizable. I want to add my new friend. Okay, so Sebastian is not with us today. And I use a nice registration date today. I just save it, and I've got a new friend. Then add another one.
Okay, I call Mr. Rich with the first things. Hello? Yeah? Mr. Rich? Yeah? So we have our application. He's going under a tunnel. Will it work? Like
Yes.
Directly?
Yes, I'll show you Fabrice. So here we are. You go under a tunnel. So I'm going Firefox. And I do walk offline. I've got no connection here. Okay, I want to do my stuff and add somebody else. Myself. Up. And here it is. So we used a yellow color here, you see, just to notify that this is just locally created, just visual aspect, so that you know it's not server-side. I can modify. Sorry, I made a.
Oh, you made a mistake in my name?
Yeah, typo. Sorry, short
You
typo.
should know it.
Short typo. Okay, so now suppose you go up the tunnel and now you're back online. And you're back online. Yellow color gone. If I refresh my page, I fetch the data from the server and it's on the server side. And all the magic happen. I'll show you here. Sorry, wrong button. Oops. If I go to the command and I show you, here we're using the local storage store. You will see all the stuff all here on the local storage. So that's where we're storing localized data. Okay, I think Mr. Rich will be happy with that.
Yeah, he will be happy, huh? Yeah? Yeah, for sure. We need some maps, yeah, I forget. You say you wanted some maps, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we'll come back in 1-2 minutes. Yeah, no problem.
Easy peasy.
So he wants something on map now.
Geolocation, of course.
Yeah, geolocation, yeah. So what can we create? Like,
we're going to create another domain class.
Yes.
Okay.
So something, a place. Let's do a place.
Okay, so same command here. I create my new domain class, empty one. And then here it is. So what do we put in a place, Fabrice? I put...
You need to put the geolocation. How will you do that?
Remember I told you it's all about convention over configuration? So that's Graves' philosophy. So we use the same philosophy here. We know that if you want geolocation, if you want your geolocation in your application, you just add a double latitude and longitude. And then because your domain class got those two attributes, we know that what you want is geolocation.
So that's it, just with adding that.
Yeah, 2 minutes, I still need to scaffold.
So you just put a double latitude and longitude.
Yes.
And it will just do everything around the geolocation. And
Yeah.
What will it be using behind?
It will be, oops, sorry, yes. I will be using Google Maps. We've done one of the services we've done with the Free Musketeer, also writing a wrapper around, and I just ran the application around Google Maps. I think Mr. Rich will be happy. Maybe we'll get a bonus.
Yeah, we get a bonus, hopefully.
So running the application, and if I go back, yeah, notice now I've got my 2 domain class. I want to add something here in the middle of the ocean.
So where are we? Ah, yeah, in the middle of the ocean.
So here, browser is asking me if I'm okay to share my location. Yes.
So here it's using just the HTML5 for geolocation. So you just have your current position.
Let's see something. I don't know if, yeah, is it correct? Maybe a bit over there? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, not far, yeah. Here it is. I can add a new one if you want. And I share my location. I had Nice. Up. This is where the French Riviera is, kind of. As
Yeah,
you maybe
kind
can
of.
show.
So,
Yeah, over there. Yeah, that's cool. I think
Yeah.
Mr. Rich will be happy.
let's call him. Yes. Yeah, you see, it's nice maps, and you can move them, delete them. Ah, some interaction, yeah. Yeah, we need some interaction, yeah. Okay, yeah, fine. So you want to see some interaction? No.
He
You know,
wants
like
to play
around
with the
push.
friends.
So what do you do now?
Okay, suppose I've got my friends who is on Chrome. Let's see that we can see both. Okay. Okay, so here I've got my friends, and he's going to do a check-in. He's going to register a place.
So it's a second browser, not the same one. Chrome and Firefox.
So here in Chrome, I'm going to add a location here, and maybe we'll move it a bit in between, so you can see up somewhere here. That's quite too much. Oops. Allez, in Avenue. There.
So here you will get instant notification between your 2 browsers. So basically it's using server sent event, which are sent through the Atmosphere framework that will notify all other browsers connected.
It's just being more exact. It was over there. Up. And refresh up in here. So I think Mr. Rich will be really happy
Yes,
there.
but we need to package that together.
Yes, that's true. So let's say that you do a check-in to one place with 1 or 2 or 3 friends.
It's a new concept, this check-in thing.
Yeah, check-in things, yes. I think we need a new domain class for that. So same thing here. We're going to create a domain class. I'm going to call, sorry, no, wrong, create a domain class. I'm going to call check-in. Same thing, I generate my empty domain class. Yeah, that's very true, because we're in memory. So in my check-in place, I'm going to say, okay, short description. And here we're going to deal with relationships. So I want a one-to-one relationship to place, because my check-in is only to one place. So here I do one place, and then I want one-to-many relationship with
friends.
With friends. So that classical way of doing it in grades. So I do friends of type friend. Okay.
Let's have something fun, like can we do photo?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we support camera. Yeah, we should do a photo. Yeah, that's fun. And here's the same thing, convention of our configuration. I know if I had a field that is named photo, that we will deal with file. Okay, so let's just now scaffold, as we did earlier. For the other one, I'm just generating, and I think we're almost there. Sorry, yeah.
No, c'est bon.
All right. generating. We've got, so because it's in-memory database, I prepare some bootstrap code. Basically, it's just to have some data available, some friend and some places, so that we don't have to recreate one. I'm starting again because we have an in-memory database. I just run the app, and we're going to see if we can do check-in. And then the storage will be happy. I go back to application. Oh, sorry, I'll go back this one. I've got a shortcut. Okay, here I've got a check-in. And now I want to add a new check-in. Here, obviously, it's scaffolded code, but then it's up to you to make it the way you want. So webconf, web5 conference. I am in Béziers and with Fabrice. And I can have.
And here for the camera, what we
Oh, yes, sorry. I forgot.
change it.
Yeah, you're right. Just do an update. And we, camera gone. Do a webconf. Save it. Oops.
Ah ouais, ça marche
Fabrice.
pas. We have a bug.
Never mind. Okay. And that's it. Let's go, Mr. I'll start my server.
Okay, so now I think Mr. Rich wants to make some money from it, and we were having a talk about hybrid mobile web app. So how we go from a mobile app to a hybrid? As we said before, we will use PhoneGap Cordova.
Okay. So here we need the PhoneGap Cordova expert. Your turn. I've done my job.
Ça va être pratique ça.
I will hold it for you.
So what is easy with Cordova is just installing the Cordova, your Cordova
Workspace.
Sorry.
So here we are in our project, in our Grace project.
So Cordova gives you command line tools that is based on Node.js. And what you have to do is just to create project, and you call it 3 circles.
I'll say without a dash, Fabrice.
Faudrait me faire. Non, pas ça.
No, it's separate. Create project.
It's create. Sorry, it will. You just create a project. Then you go in your project, and what you do is you add support for platform you want to test. So let's say iOS. Platform add. iOS.
Yeah. So you add
Okay.
iOS.
Then you add Android, for example. So that will, when you do the Cordova create, it will create a project for you, an empty project with a hello world example. But what you just do is you go to your, where you have your resources, you just...
Yeah, he's not a Mac person, but
Yeah.
get to it.
Can I have Linux? A real one. So you just copy your resource. Inside the www directory of your Cordova project, you just copy them there. You do Cordova build. And that should be it, basically. So here is where you put all your JavaScript and HTML. In the platform, it creates Android and iOS. In the iOS one, it's a full native project. So even you can open it with Xcode. And then you are inside your Xcode and you can be like in a real native project here. So let's say we want iPhone, the latest one. You run it. And basically now it's on the phone already. So you can add things. One of the things with the simulator in iOS is you have no access to the real device. So GPS is not working correctly, it's not working. Accelerometer, camera, nothing is really done there. So basically I encourage you can start to fix some of your code here, but mainly you will have to plug a real device to test the application. For Android Studio, which is just out a few weeks ago, what you do is you go on your platform, there is the Android project here, you just import it. And same thing, you have like a full project for Android here. To be able to run it, where is the run button? Somewhere. If I can hide that.
Yeah, just there.
So you choose your emulator. Here we have the version 4.1.2. One thing also you want to look for with Android, you cannot use localhost. So what we did is always generating your, we have a configuration bootstrap where we do point to the right place. So the local, where is your server on your PC, you will have to put 10.0.2.2 as the IP address to access your server. I spent one evening trying to find that, so because I was using localhost, but localhost is, because it's a Linux, it is the phone itself. And then you start it.
Not as quick as iOS, huh?
So the problem, yeah, but for sure, because here it will have to start a full Linux distribution on your Mac.
See, it was quick.
Whereas the simulator here is not, it's easy. So yes, it will be slow, and the simulator in general is really slow for Android. Slow to start, slow to work with in general, and it's kind of unstable. So you can use the camera, but one time out of two, it says the camera has stopped. Where it works on the real device, but here on the simulator, one time out of two, it doesn't work.
Anyway, when writing native app, at the end you always have to test on the real device.
So yeah, I will encourage to use the simulator just to test a bit your application, but then you can plug your device. And when you launch, for example, in Android Studio, it will detect that there is a device connected to it, and it will launch the application directly on your device, not on the simulator.
Same for iOS, very easy. You just select your device, real device, but you need the Apple key.
So
Here we are.
here we are. It's
Cool.
all working on the device.
Let's add a new friend on. Let's see.
Here?
Yeah, I want to add a new friend. Let's say Mathieu or whatever. Or little. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't work.
Wow.
Why it doesn't work on Android?
Push notifications.
Push notification. What did happen?
What kind of browser is it, Fabrice? We could check the browser maybe?
Yeah, let's check what can I use. So, what can I use? Can I use event source? And for example, no, look, Android browser, it doesn't support server-sent event.
Too bad.
So we give up?
I think the storage would be, I mean, without notification.
We don't have notification.
too bad.
What should we do then? Et comment on enlève le full screen?
Sorry. Voilà, je tiens ça.
Need my Linux laptop. Hein.
And F. Yeah, here it is.
So, what should we do?
But I've heard the Free Musketeer have done a Cordova plugin to support
yes, the
server-side.
Cordova plugin, yeah, for sure. So when you write a plugin, what you have to do basically is you have you in Java, you inherit from a class which is called Cordova plugin now, and you have access to the Android API and you have access to the phone. So here we have developed a Cordova plugin for Android to support server-sent event and WebSocket using Netty. To add the plugin, same thing, you just use Cordova command. So you say plugin, add, and your plugin
I think it's 2.
should be there.
So Browser Push is the name of the plugin.
Yeah.
Return to support.
There is just a mistake yet. I am in contact with the Cordova people to fix they are not copying the JS file when you do this command.
You mean it's not copied to the deployed version?
Yeah, to the deployed version. So let's just do it by hand. One more evening I spent for nothing.
So you go to Android? Okay. And then you need to rebuild that.
Then you need to rebuild, yeah.
So building again. So that it will package the plugin within the distribution.
So yeah, if we look, basically it will copy the source of the plugin in the source directory here. Our plugin will be put there. Oops.
Okay.
So as I said, Cordova plugin, you inherit from the class Cordova plugin, and you have one method to implement, which is execute, where it passes you a string name, which is the one you use in your JavaScript, the list of arguments, and the callback for your JS script. That's all you have to do. Then it's your own implementation.
Okay, Fabrice, I want to see it running because, you know, $10,000.
Yeah, let's not forget about this. Sorry, where is it?
Changing localhost.
Yes. Yeah, it's back to. Huh. What you can do also is start your emulator from here. So you just do Cordova emulator, emulate, and that should start the Android device.
It was already started actually, no?
Yeah.
Le second, next one. No, before. Yes, this one. Maybe you should close it and... Or...
Don't remember. No, it's good.
Taking a bit of time with Android on Mac. Okay.
So we are in France.
Yes.
No.
I will need to restart.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
need to restart.
So another 2 minutes. 30 seconds? I don't know. So,
Um,
okay.
Once you have built it, also in your bin directory, you have the full APK, which is there,
Packaged.
which has been aligned for you. And this one is the one that you can use to put on the store. So it's already built to go on the store. It's not fully true. You have to sign it with your sign-in key. Same thing for the iOS. And for Apple Store, you have to wait a month to get your app on the store.
That's true.
Like she's writing iOS, so I can troll.
Getting there.
Getting there. Huh?
Let's go back to our...
Je sais pas, ça marche pas.
Oh, not getting there then.
Sorry, I made a mistake somewhere.
Sorry, so no push? Oh,
Yeah, no push sync stuff.
we need to synchronize. We need to negotiate with Mr. Rich.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're done. If you have any
very much.
question.
Do you have any question?
Okay, so done.